Hello, welcome to day 11 of the Gospel according to Child Protection and Safeguarding. How are you today? Do you know where your children are? Do you know what your children are doing? So today we'll be talking about children as always, but children shouldn't pay the price for an adult's unpreparedness. I pronounced that right. Unpreparedness, right? And as always, we start with a quote. And today it is, children are the living message we send to a time we will not see. Children are the living message we send to a time we will not see. Now, this was said by John F. Kennedy. Children do not choose to be born. Adults choose to become parents. Now, many people prepare for weddings, their career, businesses, how to buy a house. They prepare for many things. Somehow, parenthood is not prepared for. I know we would argue and say, no, what do you mean? Sometimes it is not. Children often enter homes where you have adults who are emotionally, mentally, financially, and spiritually unprepared for the responsibility of raising children. Sometimes when I listen to parents, some parents, or when I listen to individuals who want to get married, my shock is shooketh, because I am wondering what they are saying or what they are thinking. Do you know what it is to be in charge of another life? Do we have an idea? It is one of the most scariest things to do and also one of the most rewarding jobs to have. So what is it? You get married, you want to have children. Do we sit down to plan our lives as parents? How many children do we want to have? What's the plan? Oh, my wife just got pregnant. Sometimes the woman wants a child, the man doesn't want a child. Sometimes it's the woman who is going up and down, the man is just there. That's a topic for another day. But are some parents, because it's not a blanket statement, are some parents actually prepared for parenthood? Do you know what it means to be a parent? I know there are several definitions of this. Do you understand what it truly means to be a parent? I think that one of the things that we should do when we get into relationships or when we're married and we now want to have children, we should ask ourselves certain questions. One will be, why do you want children? Why do you want children? Is it because when you get married, you have to have a child? Why do you really want children? Do you understand what it means to be a parent? What is the purpose of this marriage I am involved in? Can I defend my parenting choices? Most of the times we don't think. We don't ask ourselves questions. We run away from certain things. When people say, I don't want to have children, we start to insult them. But do you know what they have thought about? Do you know what it is to have a child? Children are a reward from the Lord, yes. But you would even commit a sin if you do not invest in that child and if you do not take care of that child well. So, I'm going to give you a definition of what a parent is. And this definition is from my mentor, Barrister Taiwo Akinlami. P. Pay full attention to the child. Full attention. Not digital attention. Full attention. It means that you are responsible. It means that you will preempt their needs, what they want, when they're ill, their safety needs, everything, their emotional well-being, you preempt it. So you pay full attention to a child. What is A? Act together in love and unity, because unity is crucial within the home. Parents and caregivers must work in harmony and values must align. Can't you work together except they agree? I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and we're talking about what the Bible means when it says two shall become one. She's married, she has children, but she's just been thinking about it. And it dawned on her. One institution, another institution, two powerful institutions, when they come together, they become one with aligned values. belief system, shared goals, because they have a plan. This marriage you are in, what's the purpose of it? The children we're about to birth, what's their purpose? Everything must align. Parents, caregivers, they must work in harmony. Unity is very crucial in raising a child. Children can see, they don't forget, they can't tell. When the mother is sad or when the father is sad, you hear a child say, did daddy make you unhappy? Is mommy making you feel somehow? You're wondering. Nobody told them. They see. They see. So unity is very important in every home. If you know that you are not ready to give your all to a child, there is no need bringing a child into this world for them to suffer. And it's not about money. It's not about money. If you know you do not have plans, don't go on that journey. When you are ready, then you can embark on the journey. But if you're not, there's no point. Now the next one, we've done PA. The next one is R. Ready to be real and lead with your life. Your life should be an example for your children. Abraham Lincoln said, there is but one way to train a child, in the way he should go, and that is to travel it yourself. A lot of times we hear people say, oh, my childhood was this, my childhood was that. I mean, like we always say, everything rises and falls on childhood, and it's very important. But when you come of age, don't you sit down and say to yourself, how do I want to navigate my life going forward? You are not the owner of your life. Of course, you should ask your maker and be intentional about it. How do I want to navigate my life going forward? What parental choices am I making? How do I want my children to be? Am I leading them well? If you must travel this road, you must travel it yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. The way you train to become an accountant, you go and learn. So let's go to E. Engage in empowerment. You are your child's first mentor. You enlighten them to face life's daily challenge. You are duplicating who you are in their lives. You are your child's first mentor. They should be able to learn things from you. It's sad. I mean, I hear men say it, I hear women say it. Men say, my father never really sat with me to tell me about himself. I mean, everybody, most of our parents, they all took first in class, and we know that's not true. Right? So there's that thing. And I think it's from a place of shame, not wanting to be vulnerable with your children. But you must engage your children in empowerment. You are their first mentor. You must enlighten them about life. You cannot build a funny bubble for them to think that it's so easy. You know the mistake we make a lot? All the things that you think you do not have, you want to give it to them. Forgetting that the best lesson to give your child is character and faith. That's a legacy they will never forget. It's to journey with them. How many times do your children notice in the house that we don't have? Or my parents come together and pray and we walk through the seasons of our lives. Things happen. You're teaching by example. You're your child's first mentor. Your life is what they see. And they're like, when my father had this challenge, this was the things that he did, or these were the things that he did. So that's the meaning of E in parent. So let's go to the next one. PAREN. Never say never. We must secure a friendly and protective environment for our children. You see that thing that you say, it can never be my child. It can never be me. Don't be too shocked. Don't be too convinced. Never say never. You must never outgrow the necessity for safeguarding your children or the well-being of your children. You never know. You never know. Don't say, it can never happen to me. What if it does? What are you going to do? I mean, I had the story of a young girl. It was quite sad. She had gotten pregnant, right? And she didn't know how to tell her mother. And so she was just saying, oh, I have a friend, something. And the mother said, tell your father, I just commit suicide. She was like, that is like that. She killed herself. Never say it loud. Let your children be okay enough to come to you with the hardest of things. With the hardest of things. Let them be able to tell you. Leave room for the humanity of your children and then correct them and let God help you. That's for the N. Let's come to the T, which is one of my favorites. Turn to God. You must recognize that it takes grace and the help of God to raise a child properly. I often say that raising a child is a sport. You must submit to the guidance of God. He has the blueprints. He has the manual. He knows what it is. You must turn to Him to guide you. You can't go and buy a Samsung phone. Now you are looking at iPhone manual. It does not make sense. Or some of us will buy stuff, we don't go through it. We just think it's folly. You just think that you know how to operate this thing. It looks kind of easy. If I buy a fan, I can't couple it together, whether I read the manual or not. I'll give somebody who has coupled the fan many times. She might have read the manual once, or he might have read it once. But if I want to couple it, I'll have to take my time and sit down, look at the manual, go through it. A lot of times, we don't go back to our Creator to ask, what is the purpose of this child? How am I supposed to navigate life with this child? The T in your name is that you turn to God for help. And your parents, so there's S, because it's not one person's job. You are sent to preserve humanity. You were sent to preserve that life. Parenting is a calling. It's a calling to preserve the family. And by doing so, you preserve humanity. The family is the foundation of the society, and the peace of the society is determined by the peace within the family. The reason the society is the way it is because our family system is faulty. Anything you see out there, it's a micro or macro cousin of what's going on in your household. Did the thief not come from the household? Did the bandits not come from the household? The pastor not come from the household? The treasurer came from the household? The cleaner, the driver, how were they raised? You know, I like to say this a lot about children, especially when I'm talking to them. You are young, but you are not foolish. You don't have to wait to become before you start doing the necessary things that will help you grow. You necessarily don't have to do that. And that also lies on the people around a child. We often say that when a child is going out of character or acting a certain way, there's an irresponsible adult there. So what's your role as a parent? Now that you've heard this, are you really acting in the position that God has given you? Enough said. Let's take the charge of today. Becoming a parent isn't something you rush through. It requires deep introspection and willingness to confront the truth for the sake of our precious children's best interest. Raise your capacity as a parent. If you must become, you must learn, and then you must raise your capacity as a parent. Remember, every child is your child, and childhood must be preserved. Children must be allowed to enjoy their childhood. And as a parent, you must be present through the different phases of their lives. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 12.